Better Globe is all about putting the green back in our environment while helping lives get better.
I would like to also explain a little bit what Better Globe Group is doing. There are several companies. Some is in Norway, and some will be in Kenya, Uganda, in Tanzania, Sudan, and Ethiopia, which are the 5 countries in East Africa which we are going to work on in the years to come. We have huge goals, and we're going to break world records.
Na tutafanya kazi na wao tupande hiyo 5 billion trees and even more, because that is a way to improve even the weather condition.
Uplifting lives in the African continent through job generation, education, and overall countryside transformation. And all is because of one product, trees. Philippine personality and lifestyle philanthropist Mystica, with the blessing of Better Globe CEO Rena Solberg, has taken up the company's vision and cause and aptly named the movement Better Globe, Better Philippines. The Philippines figured itself in international news in what are known to be nature's worst disasters and humanity's greatest tragedies. The Ormoc flash flood of 1991, Ginsagon landslide of 2006, and Typhoon Ondoy flooding of 2009. All this had strong ecological roots. The Philippines not only needs to get itself out of the red and fight economic poverty, but into the green movement. The Better Globe, Better Philippines program is unique because it doesn't ask you to give away your money. It asks you to support, to plant trees and make a difference. By literally growing your money on trees, backed by both a solid financial model and solid forestry experts, you become a stakeholder, not just of the Philippines and Kenyan environment, but the many millions of lives that you can exponentially help in the next 15 years and beyond. But that is not all. Other specific beneficiaries for every 1,000 pesos donations goes to the Social Civic Anchor Club in the Philippines and even persons with disabilities. 2 countries, 1 goal. Reforestation for the most part has become an abstract motherhood and often unreal statement. This time the results can be quantifiable and the outcome can be planet-saving, life-changing, and so we start 1 country at a time for the next 15 years. It's going to be Kenya and the Philippines. It sounds ambitious, but as Better Globe's history dictates, it can be done. Better Globe, Better Philippines has 1 product, trees, and 1 goal, better lives. Be part now of the green revolution.
Okay, you know, the best solution for these problems that we are actually encountering around right now is if we are actually going to have a unity in this world to plant more trees. This would be the best solution.
How do you feel when you saw the Better Globe farm?
Well, first of all, I've seen them all on videos and stuff, but the moment I came here and see the reality of it, it's quite different. I was more impressed and I became more interested and more excited because, of course, you know, I know that Better Globe is something that is really under the control of experts, meaning everybody who's involved in Better Globe are all people that everybody can really trust. And that's the reason I'm here, because if I didn't trust this Better Globe, I wouldn't be here in the first place.
I really actually kissed it.
Well, since you already mentioned about Mystica's Charity Foundation and Better Globe, I was actually appointed as the Managing Director of Better Globe Marketing Philippines Incorporated here in the Philippines. Okay, now I am involved with Better Globe Forestry in Kenya. And this is a Norwegian company who wanted to eradicate poverty in Africa. But they have chosen Philippines because, of course, they know also that there's poverty here in the Philippines all over. So they wanted to find somebody who can lead, like a commander. Right? And of course, I was very fortunate that I was chosen because when they have given me this 8 pages personal assessment test, and they found out that I have this leadership in me. Not just because I was very famous as Mystica in the Philippines doing all these controversies or whatever, but they have tested me if I have the capability to lead. So I passed this personal assessment test, and as a result, it was like if they needed, it was actually specifically stated there underneath, if they needed a military commander, and I am that person. And I can prove that personal assessment test. So right now, I have this Better Globe as a tool. They provide this tool for everybody, especially like foundations or any spiritual organization. And all I have to do now is to convince these organizations, like us, this organization right now. You have said a while ago, we have the power. We have the thoughts. We have the heart. Like God has given us. I was just telling everybody a while ago that everybody thinks that God will provide. Yes, God will provide, but He has already given us. He has provided us already everything, abundant, limitless. All we need to do is how can we reach it? Take action. Thank you so much for giving me exactly. Think, feel, say, do. And here I am. I have used my thought. I was actually a valedictorian when I was in school. And my father wanted me to be a leader as a lawyer. Unfortunately, he was assassinated because he was in politics and they killed him. I didn't become a lawyer. I became an entertainer instead in show business. I did my best to be famous or whatever in my own term. But of course, it was in a negative way because everyone thought that this is crazy, doing splits or whatever. That was just all about entertainment. And then after 5 years, I had to leave because I thought, this is it. I've done my part. I don't need it anymore. So I thought I was going to retire early, young. I went back to the United States. But then, retiring meaning you are ending it right there. Retiring means you're dead. You're not doing anything anymore. I know that I have to do something more useful, and that's the reason why I came back here, putting up my Mystica Charity Foundation. So right now with Better Globe, I said, I am going to prove to you that in each organization who's gonna be in my full force, because I came up with a great formula in order to build a foundation as big as whatever God wants for us. In order to do that, I want each of the member of the organization, for example, if we have 1 million members in our organization, this is just an example, each member has to donate or adopt a tree for 1,000 pesos each. That's equivalent to 1 billion pesos directly as a fund for this organization. Right there, we already have that fund. 10% in my program is going to go to this foundation, whatever the name it is. It's either Mystica Charity Foundation or whatever it is. 10% is going there right away as an immediate fund. And then 90% is going for our project called Better Globe. And that 90%, for example, 1,900 is going to Kenya, for example. And that 900 is going to be paid for these poor farmers of Africa. Of course, they have to pay some water, pay this family or whatever, so they can also sustain their needs, microfinancing, you name it, to take care of them also, to take care of our adopted trees for 20 years. If I'm going to go to you right now, I said, okay, this is my 900 pesos.
can you take care of my tree for 900 pesos only for 20 years? You would say, no way, that's not enough. But because we have this Better Globe Forestry, and that's our own company that's going to take care of those. Of course, once you're a company of Better Globe, you have the experts right here taking care of those trees, right? And then, as a reward to those donors who adopted those trees, we're going to be giving you, starting on the 5th year, 10% each year. Shall we put our money for 3% each year if you can in fact get 10% starting on the 5th year to the 19th year? So that's equivalent to 150%. If you're going to put your money on the savings at the bank, that's only 3% times 20 years, that's 60%. Kontra doon sa 150%. And on top of that, Better Globe is going to give you 10 times of what you have donated. Meaning that 900 pesos is gonna go 10 times, 9,000 pesos. Plus, yung 150% that you have accumulated starting on the 5th year to the 19th year, that's equivalent to 1,150% kontra doon sa 60% lang sa bangko. So, which would we rather go for? Putting our money to the bank or putting in this project? This is going to help the people through our foundation, through our religious organization, as a sustaining funds in order to generate whatever we want in this life. It's limitless as long as we know how to unite each other and make this possible. 1,000. If somebody said right now, I'm sorry, 1,000 is too much for me, that's an insult to God, because God has said, I have provided you everything. That money is coming from me, and now you're so selfish to not even give your own responsibility to that organization or whatever you call it. This can be possible. Meaning in 20 years' time, that 1 billion pesos that's coming from each member, let's say 1 million members, is going to generate an income of equivalent to 11.5 times or 1,150% in 20 years. And we have saved our earth because we are talking about trees that we need every day. If you take a look around what we need, everything is made up of trees. The demand of trees is going up, and it will never go down. It'll never. So this is for our own. This is for our own future. And just like what our leader has said a while ago, we have to come up with a great mind, power, love. Everything is there. Love, because we wanted to help each other. Unity. Saving the earth. Because God created the heaven and the earth, so we should take care of it. He has given us all the resources that we need. And why don't we take care of it? And produce, multiply. Because He has given us the power to think. But sometimes we are not thinking. We are just waiting and we're not doing anything. That's why thank you so much, because He has just proven what I have right now. The power. Because God has said, I have given you the power. And now it's time to use it. He has given us the brain to think. He has given us the heart to feel. He has given us the courage and be brave to say something. I'm here. I'm so brave enough because I'm confident. Because I know that this is going to work. So what we need right now is unity to put everything into action and make all things possible. And that is what you are talking about. And thank you so much, because you've just proven it.
So let's do it.
Let's do it.